David King, founder and chief commercial officer of Artificial Labs.
So insurers have an abundance of data. They have data, but like you mentioned there, the word silo. So they might have data that they're using to rate. So commercial US property, for example, they might have a service that returns data telling them the quake, fire, flood, those kind of risk scores. They've got their own claims data. They've probably got an abundance of information in their contracts, which may or may not be digitized. So I think that one of the challenges is digitizing all of this in a way that you can get access to it when you need to. And I know that sounds like a really simple process, but if you think of an ideal scenario for an insurer, is that they've got a constantly evolving and learning, machine learning driven model of at the portfolio level of what business to write and how to optimize their book over time. In order for that to be accurate, or as accurate as possible, you need to, it almost starts when you write the business. So when you write the business, you need to digitize every clause and negotiated piece of wording that goes into the contract. You need to then, when the claims are generated, understand what the claims, all of the variables and factors that are driving the claims, how that's attached to the risk, and then feed that back into your ML model. And then coming back to the new business that you're writing, extracting all of the data from however it's presented to you, going off, augmenting it, and then you've got as much data as possible that's constantly being analyzed to drive your decision-making process. Now, the reality is that a lot of insurers can't just jump to that kind of new vision because there are these silos that are in existence. So the kind of the area that we're focusing on helping them in the first instance is saying, well, as the data is entering your business, we're putting it in a great format, and then we're going to process it through. So a key example of that being the digitizing of the contracts. So the fact that you digitize that contract means that you're not going to put it into PDF form, and then you're not going to have the challenge of OCRing it so that you've got a digital record, or you know which clauses different policies have, all of that kind of stuff. So we are fixing that challenge, but what we can't help them with straight away is necessarily the claims data that they're collecting when they're processing their claims. What we can do is, once they have digitized it, plug into that and then help drive the model, but we can't fix all things at the same time.
For more information about David King and Artificial Labs, visit artificial.io. Thanks for listening to InsureTech Trends, and stay tuned for more fabulous interviews coming your way.